Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I want to talk a little bit about a paradox, and this is probably what gets a lot of people in trouble in the investment world, because a lot of people, I don't think I need to mention, people like to buy things when they're overvalued rather than undervalued, right? For me, I'm just the other way around. I'm kind of disappointed at how high gold and silver are right now, especially the mining stocks as well. I've been loading up on mining stocks for my Roth IRA for many years now, and I'm kind of disappointed at how high they are. But a lot of people chase the highs. I don't necessarily chase highs in the market, but I have a tendency of always wanting stuff that I can't have, or if there's a barrier to having, even if it's not rational for me to want those things, right? So for example, you guys who have been watching my videos for the past month know that I've been communicating with a girl who is kind of beyond my league, and I should be happy about that, except I keep thinking about other people that I haven't been successful getting to know, even though I might not, deep down, I probably don't even value them all that, value being with them all that much, right? Especially somebody who isn't into me, right? And so it's just distracting. I mean, deep down, I know that I have something good, but I'm always thinking about stuff that I can't have. Now, years ago, when I was grappling with binge eating disorder, this used to drive me nuts. I would travel somewhere, and whatever food wouldn't be available, there would be plenty of good food out there, right? I traveled to Macau, and there were plenty of really good restaurants there. I had a restaurant that I was going to almost every night because I have allergies. So once I find one restaurant that works, I'll go there. And I was eating a lot of tilapia fish, if I remember correctly. But I kept missing all of the good stuff that I had back home, right? Macau isn't very big with red meat, right? You can't really order a steak in Macau. You'll probably pay an arm and a leg for it, right? I would miss stuff that I didn't have back home. I was in Kerrville, Texas 2 months ago for the solar eclipse, and I couldn't find a place with a microwave oven, and I kept missing various frozen dinners that I could put in the microwave, right? And it just drives me nuts. Back home, now that I have access to a microwave, I hardly even think about that stuff, right? Now, if anything, I miss the fish back in Macau, right? I'll think about it from time to time at least, right? Now, speaking of traveling, I saw something on the news that really made my eyes lit up, but then I realized it's not that big of a deal. I was reading about how airports are investing in new x-ray machines, and so that you might be able to bring liquids on planes again because they can identify what liquids you're going to bring. Now, you might think that's not that big a deal, but you got to understand a lot of airlines aren't going to serve beverages that are suitable for me, right? So, for example, I love non-alcoholic beer, and so I have a favorite brand. I guess not anymore because I swore off the caffeine, but I used to have a favorite brand of iced tea that was made with, it was unsweetened green tea. And now, why would I want to drink that on a plane? Good question. I probably don't. I only want it because I can't at the moment. As soon as they lift the ban, I'll probably bring it on board once or twice, and then I'll be sick of it, right? And it's just one of those quirks, right? I almost thought about, this was many years ago when I used to be a little bit more arrogant than I am today, but I almost thought about calling an airline to see if they could arrange to have my favorite non-alcoholic beer on the plane. I thought better of it because I'm not a very emotionally stable guy. Trying to negotiate stuff like that has a tendency to work my nerves, work my anger up there if it doesn't go well, right? And I guess eventually they might lift the ban, and then I'll bring it on there, and then I'll sick of it, right? It's one of those quirks in life.